Hey everyone, this is Drew Ferder at Training Eternal. In this video, I will be discussing a deadlift training session. The primary objective today is to work up to 425 pounds for a set of 3.
Here we go into the general warm-up on triple speed. These 4 exercises are paired together with no rest, designed to activate the main movers of the deadlift, mobilize the joints used in the deadlift, get the body warm, and to get the hips moving quickly. When we transition into the deadlift in the next clip here, it will be the top weight of the day, 425 pounds. I want you to pay attention to the hitch on the first row. So strong did not show up there. That was supposed to be a triple, and a single is what I got. So I wasn't as strong as I should have been, that is the truth. However, for some reason I decided to tighten my belt into hole 5 today, and I usually deadlift with the belt in hole 4, so it was tighter than usual. So when I was in the bottom position with the hips back, applying force into the ground through my feet, I wasn't able to leverage my hips back as far and use the leg drive as I should because of the pressure around my belly. The torso was shifted forward. So that is just an excuse. The truth is I wasn't strong enough. Following the deadlift, I go into that DL. That was 295 pounds for a set of 8. Followed up with a second set of 8 at 265. Then into the single arm dumbbell row. 2 sets of 15 per side with the 65-pound dumbbell. I opted for singles with the back down work for the deadlift today, as opposed to triples because that top set went so poorly. Finishing the training session with the Nordic hamstring curl, 4 sets of 6 here.
So I just finished week 5 in an accumulation of 6 weeks of training that lead up to a deload week. The systemic fatigue at this point is real. That top deadlift set was supposed to be a triple. I only accomplished a single on that. Basically, during this entire training session, I wanted to lay down, close my eyes, and fall asleep. So I made the best of the situation, hit the single on that deadlift, and then the back down sets, I hit the same 90% of that top weight, but then just hit singles as to not dig myself too deep of a hole. The RDL went really well. I'm pleased with that. By the time I got to the bent over row, I walked out that top weight. It was 255. I hinged, went down into the bent over row position, and then I stood back up and I was like, whoa, I'm about to fall asleep. I can't do this right now. So I opted for a less CNS fatiguing exercise, the dumbbell row. Got a little bit of good work in, less fatiguing to the whole body. We'll have to see how the weekend goes. Hopefully I can come into next week feeling a little bit more fresh. We'll see how it goes. I might deload next week depending on how I feel. Just my legs every day for the last 2 weeks have been like lead, buckets of lead. I mean, just getting up and down off the ground, just doing chores around the house, my legs are just constantly fatigued. So again, this is the 5th week of work in a 6-week block of work leading up to a 1-week deload. I think I'm getting old or something. I don't know if I can accumulate 6 weeks of work without falling apart. I might need to go back to 3 weeks up, 1 week down in order to just let myself recover, hit it hard for 3 weeks and then back down. That might be more realistic for my current circumstances. especially since this springtime, I'm just outside doing so much more yard work and so much more physically active. It's all an accumulation of work, fatigue, stress on the body. And really, in order to make the gains I want in the weight room, I need to be able to recover. I can push hard in the weight room, that's never the issue. The biggest obstacle really is, can I recover from the previous training session in order to hit the weights in the next training session? So if you are interested in personal training or coaching, I would absolutely love to help. I'm here to help. I've been doing this a long time. I know how to pivot. I know how to go around things in order to make progress for the long term.